Seymour Pop Warner, are you ready? Okay, please lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. Good job. Okay, you go back to your seat.
We got a Pop Warner thing tonight. Parking is an issue.
Item number 3, public comments. Is there anybody here for public comments besides what is on the agenda? Public comment? No public comment. Okay, so we're going to start off with the presentations. We have a lot of presentations to do tonight. The first presentations we are going to do is honoring Seymour Pop Warner under-8 football players. This team never gave up and gave their all at every game. They have incredible drive and determination. They went out on the field and they played hard and they played with respect. Thank you to the players and to the coaches and to you, the parents and guardians, for showing them what a commitment means. We as parents sat there during the hottest days and during the coldest days. I watched you guys out. Okay, thank you. Thank you for helping the young team understand what it means and giving up their time, your time, and cheering them on. So thank you. State Rep Nicole Clares, you have as well?
Yes.
You need help?
Sure, you can help me. It's always nice to have help.
Can you hear me? I turned it.
Can everybody hear me?
There's going to be 2, one from the state and one from the town. So if the parents want to get their pictures, that's the spot to get the picture. Okay.
I don't know if the mic is working.
All right, so at first I'm going to
Congratulate everybody. 8U, Connecticut State Champs. You guys did an amazing job. I was at a couple of your games with First Selectwoman Anne Marie Draganis, and it was great to see you all play. We know the hard work and dedication you put in, the time, the sweat, sometimes tears for everything you do. The parents, the siblings, the grandparents, aunts and uncles, friends, guardians, you all deserve this win, and we're also very proud of you. So without further ado, I'm going to give a state citation. I'm going to read one of them, and I'm going to give it to the coaching staff first. My glasses. State of Connecticut General Assembly from myself, Senator Eric Werthel, Senator Kevin Kelly. Be it hereby known to all that the Connecticut General Assembly hereby offers its sincere congratulations in recognition of winning the Connecticut Pop Warner State Football Championship and finishing the 2021 season with a 10-2 record. This is an outstanding accomplishment. Your dedication and commitment to being the spirit and joy of Seymour has brought recognition and pride to our community. The ability to work together as a team for a common goal will serve you well in all your future endeavors. We wish you many years of continued success and robust competition. So the first citation goes to Coach Dan Dunay. Next, Assistant Coach Antoine Billy. Assistant Coach Anthony Lee. Assistant Coach John Perry. Assistant Coach Joe McDonough. Assistant Coach Christian White. Team Parent Aaron Perry. And Equipment Manager Joseph Francoeur.
Thank you.
And now for the student athletes. No, no. Paris Billy.
Congratulations. Great job.
Aaron Bird. Not here.
He's not here.
Lorenzo Capice. Jacob Dunay. Anthony Eberts. Christopher Edwards. Congratulations. Great job. Ryan Edwards. Connor Francois. Mason LaFlamme. Grayson Lee. Levi Miller. Luke Moore. Connor Perry. Casey Sadik. Michael Stanford III. No? Liam Tomasco. Joseph McDomino. And last but not least, Jeremiah White. Congratulations. I have two here, Michael Stanford and Aaron Bird. Are we missing one? I don't. You have Curtis? All right, I'll get another one for Curtis, but you want to take a picture, I'll just do it one of these. Curtis Williams, come on up. So now we have the Town of Seymour's proclamation, and I will just read that real quick. Proclamation, Town of Seymour honoring Pop Warner U8 football. Whereas since 1965, Seymour Pop Warner has uplifted generations of youth through the football programs, and whereas the fundamental values of teamwork, dedication, and work ethic enable players to succeed both on and off the field, and whereas the Seymour Board of Select Persons is proud to recognize the athletic accomplishments of the Connecticut State Championship under-8 Seymour Pop Warner football team. And whereas the member of the Seymour Board of Select Persons are even more proud of the exemplary character demonstrated by this team. And whereas we join the entire town in thanking the coaches and parents who have devoted countless hours to the success of our youth. Now therefore be it resolved that we, the members of the Board of Selectmen, offer, and then your name, our serious congratulations on an incredible season, and join all of Seymour in thanking you for being tremendous ambassadors of the town. Dan Dunay, you are up first. Antone Billy. Thank you so much. Anthony Lee. Thank you so much. John Perry. Thank you so much. Joseph Dick Domino. Thank you so much. Kristen White. Aaron Perry. And Joseph Francois. Now for the players. Number 81, Paris Billy. Thank you so much. Number 21, Aaron Bird. Jacob Dunay, number 32. Lorenzo Capice, number 58. There you go. Anthony Eberts, number 82. Thank you. Christopher Edwards, number 68. Thank you. Ryan Edwards, number 54. Connor Francois, number 3, sorry. Mason LaFlame, 30. Thank you. Grayson Lee, number 25. Levi Miller, number 67. Luke Moore, number 85. Connor Perry, number 12. Thank you, Connor. Casey Saget, number 42. Thank you, Casey. Michael Stanford, the third, number 37. Joseph McDomino, number 86. Thank you. Jeremiah White, number 55. Thank you. Curtis William IV, number 20. Thank you, Curtis, so much. Thank you, parents and football players. Thank you very. I think it's important to me, as well as our principals, our school nurses, and our teachers, that we acknowledge our students. Whether it's on the field or off the field, it's very important to acknowledge your accomplishments. Thank you so much. We can, or they, wait, I have more presentations. Okay. No, thank you though. The next presentation I have, if I can have the Harkins family come up.
How are you guys? How you doing? Are you holding up? I'm really sorry to hear about.
It's okay. Right? Today we're honoring a very dear person to Seymour. If you knew Kelly, you knew she was Miss Seymour. If you went to Seymour High School, you knew Kelly. If you went to Stop and Shop, you knew Kelly. Even if you went to Marshall's, you knew Kelly. The one thing I know about Kelly is this: she always greeted you with a smile. She was always singing. And she always bragged about her family. Kelly left an impression with everyone that she met and worked with. The most important thing to remember about Kelly is she woke up every morning with a smile and reminded us all to smile. And life was good. There was never a bad day with Kelly around. Kelly loved Seymour, but not as much as she loved her family. Honoring Kelly Marie Harkins, whereas Kelly Marie Harkins' bright smile was a fixture throughout Seymour, at Town Hall, the police department, Strand Theater, and Stop and Shop. And whereas Kelly found joy through song and dance and shared that joy with everyone, every day and with every action, especially an active participant in the Special Olympics. And whereas we are so blessed to count Kelly as a member of the Seymour community, and whereas Kelly liked to say, "You got me, and I got you." We certainly do, and we offer our heartfelt prayers and wishes to Kelly's friends and family, and resolve to keep her memory eternal, and by being more kind, more welcoming, and smiling just a bit more. And whereas now, therefore, be it resolved, it only serves as a small memory and measure of adoration for Kelly. February 28th, her birthday, will henceforth be recognized as Kelly Harkins Day, as a day of celebration and community in the town of Seymour. I feel so tall. Okay, now I need some joy. And what more joy do we have than our nurses? We are honoring our school nurses tonight, and I asked our principals as well as Dr. Compton. I don't know if there she is, Dr. Compton, if you can come up with me. We are honoring our school nurses, the school nurses who are also our first responders. Our school nurses could have chosen Our school nurses could have chosen to continue after receiving their LPNs and their RNs. They could have continued to go into work at the hospitals. They could have continued to go to work into doctor's offices. But instead, our school nurses decided to go work into the schools. They are first responders, just like our emergency management director, our services are first responders. Our firefighters are first responders. Our school nurses every day dealt with contact tracing, whether the kids were in the school or the kids were out of the school. They were going out with their families to dinner or going over to relatives' house and would get the call, and they would stop what they were doing to make sure that they could tend to our tiniest residents. And I want to make sure they're acknowledged. We acknowledge our football teams. We acknowledge our sports. We acknowledge everybody, and I want to make sure our nurses are acknowledged as first responders. I'm going to read a proclamation into the record. Proclamation, Town of Seymour, honoring Seymour school nurses. Whereas our greatest responsibility as leaders and parents is the well-being and development of our children. And whereas a robust and welcoming learning environment is vital to our scholars, and students and parents deserve to feel confident that their physical and mental health is prioritized to support their academic journey. And whereas COVID-19 and the transition to online learning created unprecedented challenges, and whereas school nurses unflinchingly rose to the challenge, expanding their responsibilities to include contact tracing, managing chronic illness, and reassuring students and parents, and whereas we will continue to rely on their efforts and their remarkable ability to perform miracles each day, and whereas we are forever indebted to our 4 school nurse services and inspired by their dedication and compassion. Now therefore be resolved that we, the member of the Board of Selectmen, offer, this one is Lindsay Relich, thank you, Seymour High School. Jenna Klein. Becky, can you take that? Lisa Reynolds. Thank you so much. Rebecca Beck. Can you take Jenna? Oh, Marissa, no. We'll get her. Marissa Duramo. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We'll get that over to Becky. If we want to take a quick recess, so everybody can leave and then we can carry on with our meetings. You don't have to sit in our meeting.
Or you could stay, if you'd like.
Or we would love it if you stayed. We haven't had this many people in God knows how long. Number 7, are we ready?
We're ready when you are. Madam First Select Woman.
Yeah, I gotta get to the train station. Let's go.
Presentation
pizza
from
place
the
just opened.
Economic Development Director, Consultant, Sheila O'Malley.
Okay, how much time do I have?
Go, you got time.
Okay, no, I won't make it too long. A couple of grant opportunities, arose since our last meeting, and those 2 grant opportunities, I mean, one potentially, there's it's called Brownfields Area-Wide Revitalization Grant. And it mainly gives you an opportunity to create a plan to address either widespread or contained brownfields properties. And I'm just, I'm sort of, haven't spoken with Anne Marie yet about that, but I'm thinking maybe not an inventory, but a status and priority and a list of the brownfield sites here in Seymour. Obviously, not as significant as other towns have, some significant brownfield sites, but a plan to reuse those properties, and again, an inventory, but, that's for further discussion. The other one is a brownfield assessment grant, and I'm not seeing on the radar at this moment of an opportunity or a project, that we would be applying for. However, I'm, open to any suggestions that anyone has. We talked a little bit about Houstonic, I always get the name wrong, Houstonic Wire. And, Mr. Budzinski had indicated that he had done some cleanup work and that he had more cleanup work to be done. And there is about $210,000 in assessment in remediation funds through the Naugatuck Valley Council of Governments, which he can apply to use that fund for some of his property if he chose to do so, but it would be a loan only. And I think the town, the town has has to weigh in on that as well. So, I'm sorry.
No, so we could weigh in on how the grant money is used, or we cannot weigh in on how the grant money is used?
You can't weigh in on how the grant money is used, but you could weigh in saying we support this application or we don't support this application. And, the intent really, when I spoke with Mr. Kaczynski, is, get the property cleaned up, raise it to a higher level, and get a highest and best use for the property. More money for him, better for the town, everybody wins. But I'm understanding that he has a site plan and it's up for a public hearing for a storage facility, which, I personally, it is allowable under your current regs. I just don't think it's the highest and best use. And I like that property. I know Anne Marie thinks it's a great spot. I think, it's centrally located. However, that's the current status.
So you are correct, there is a public hearing on April 14th for the storage unit. But if I'm understanding what you're saying correctly, is that property is not cleaned up yet?
I don't know to what standards it needs to be cleaned up for this storage facility. But I do know that there's additional cleanup work to be done. Now, whether that's for, to accommodate the current proposed tenant, or whether it's just that he wants to clean it up some more.
Did he mention to you what's been done thus far? Because that property's been vacant now for quite a while. I'm a little surprised to hear it's not ready to go yet and cleaned up.
Correct,
Yeah.
because former state rep Teresa Conroy went and got him, and Paul Roy, when Paul Roy was first selectman, went and got him a grant as well to clean up that property.
Yeah, so that's 12 years ago.
Were those funds not used and returned, or,
I believe the funds were returned.
okay?
The funds were returned because he didn't. Okay, thank you, Attorney.
Okay, so, Madam First Selectwoman, when was I know we had a list of brownfields, because I know this came up relatively recently. When was that last updated?
So the list of brownfields that are listed on the DEP brownfield site is kind of not a true list of brownfields, because anything that may have potentially had a leak of oil is considered a brownfield. So any home that had an underground storage oil tank that had a release could be considered a brownfield.
So it's a shotgun approach.
It's a shotgun approach. It lists every release, so every release is on there.
Okay.
So there are currently no town-owned properties that are brownfields. There are currently businesses that have had releases on their site that are still operating, that are listed in the brownfields, and it is up to them to go in and clean their property prior to the sale of their property, because that falls under the Transfer Act. But the town, unlike our neighboring town, does not own any property, any abandoned property, that needs remediation.
Right.
Did that answer your question?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I want to make sure I thoroughly answered it.
Sticking with the grant topic, so the Connecticut Community Challenge grant that Seymour and Beacon Falls
Thanks,
jointly
Trish.
put in an application for, which is for the roughly 200 acres in the Heinz property. I think you'll probably get an announcement in April on that
Okay.
grant and other grants, of course. And I do believe there may be another round coming out, which may be another opportunity that I had prepared a grant for Seymour, standalone grant for Seymour, connecting the downtown with other areas of town. And we hopefully will have an opportunity to apply for that round as well. But hopefully we'll get good news on Beacon Falls, Seymour. That's a big project. Two new businesses on Bank Street proposed. And now, Anne Marie will announce those when ready, but two retail businesses, which I think are kind of exciting and add to the downtown and will draw some people. Don't want to mention at this point in time.
Wanna jinx it.
They've talked to me about incentives. Mr. McGanny has talked to me about incentives, and I did mention that that the first select woman and this board want to move forward with some sort of a grant program, small grant program to incentivize businesses, to keep some businesses here, to attract other businesses, and we can talk more about what I think that program should look like and what I would suggest to this board, and talk to Attorney Petrola about it as well. So we want to keep that in mind, and also want to do that, to do an event with the Strand where we roll out that program and encourage businesses to attend, and maybe do a monthly kind of program to encourage them. I met with Jim who owns the Seymour Trust, the old Seymour Trust building. I was very impressed to see that all but 120 square feet have been rented out of that space. So that's pretty amazing. Did have a conversation about parking, more on that at the next meeting. But what I spoke to Anne Marie about was that the building is going to be 100 years old. She suggested let's do some sort of celebration, at which maybe I suggested that, sorry. I suggested we do some sort of 100-year celebration of the building and the businesses, get them some attention, draw some people downtown, so keep that in mind. Met the owners of the Vault, which is a kind of an amazing place, space. If you haven't been there, just not open on Saturdays, which makes it tough, for kids and so forth. I did mention to Attorney Petrola that the owner of Tri-Town, one of the owners of Tri-Town, will be bringing forth, his attorney will be bringing forth a tax incentive request. He has some ideas about perhaps building some incubator space at the Tri-Town Plaza. I am hoping to talk to the committee, the tax incentive committee, as you review that program and you want to make some changes. I'd really like to make some just suggestions if and when we meet. But that's coming forward. There's also a proposed retail tenant may take up 6,500 square feet of retail space in Tri-Town, and also do a lot to renovate the particular area they're gonna be in, and maybe expanding, if that goes through.
Shayla, were you invited to the next tax incentive meeting?
Rory did mention that there was one coming up,
Okay.
and I'm more than happy to, I'm inviting myself, kind of pushing my.
No, we asked, I don't, we asked for you,
Oh,
so.
great, thank you, I appreciate that.
We want you there, trust us.
Okay, good, thank you. Yeah, I have some ideas, to enhance that program, although it's good as it currently stands. There's also a, yeah, I'm trying not to cross a line of like saying things that you may want to say, so, there's also another place that's going to open, a retail place that, is similar to something that opened in Ansonia last several months.
You could.
It's a shake place, it's a like a. it's
Yes,
a,
Like a smoothie place?
It's-
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Like a
Nutrition
like a
shake place?
nutrition shake place, yes.
Right,
Yay.
like it's Showtime and Seymour shake place, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
But they are,
Your Showtime and
they,
Showtime in Seymour.
Is that the name of it?
No, it's a
the
joke.
program wanna get rolling at the Strand, but, that's a new place coming forward. I'm noticing, yeah, with shakes.
And maybe new seats.
I was like, that's
Oh,
not
I
really
don't know.
saying what it is.
Maybe seats that are
So
comfortable.
it's like one of those nutrition meal, like they have in Quarry Walk.
Yeah, shake this, I love
Yeah.
that place, so,
Yeah.
yay, closer.
Yes.
Right, so that's
Gets
good.
better and
I
better.
mean, I think on the positive news is that people are calling, right? They're
Yeah.
calling me now,
Nice.
you know, just to say, hey, I have an idea, what can we do? And that's always a good thing. It's good to reach out, but it's even better to be called and say, for people. The bad news is, I need manufacturing space, I need warehouse space, okay. I'm trying to see how we create that space. And we definitely have to punch out some new space. Your space is all taken up, which is good. But I'm getting a lot of manufacturing requests.
Do you have any room at the industrial park?
There's not, well, we couldn't approach.
It's ledge, right? It's ledge for Seymour, so it poses a lot of
Yeah, we
challenges.
have to blast all out.
Yeah.
There's two
Derby's-
companies up there that we can approach to see if they,
Yes.
if they wanna get rid of some of their land.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, it's
Or
not
sell
the
some of
greatest,
their
it's not
land,
the
so-
greatest.
Yeah, I just wanna make sure the place is, oh, I'm so sorry. I
No,
didn't see
by all
it
means,
either.
Trish, please,
I
go
just like to
All right, not a problem.
I just wanna make sure the place, and I'm still gonna go.
It's my fault, cause
So,
I just
wrecking
wanna
ball.
make sure that the places that we select are good for the location. because
absolutely, yeah.
That's my
absolutely.
biggest
Of
peeve,
course,
because when
yeah.
Allstate trucking moved on Pearl Street, that caused a whole ire
Oh.
for neighbors,
I mean,
and I
we
just, we wanna be empathetic to whoever's,
Yeah, you have to be really careful about how you're developing these last bits of space that
Yeah.
you want developed.
and in very public places, I agree, like, I
Yeah.
don't know what we'll be able to do since it is allowable per our current ordinance, but I agree, the place, for the storage units, I mean, that's like prime
It's
location. and
definitely
it's
not highest and
not
best
what I
use.
envision as a location for storage,
No.
so that's
No.
what I wanna be, is
And my-
very aware of what we're
Yeah,
doing and where.
absolutely, I always say that, I always say the space that's left, that you have to be very careful about,
Yeah.
because, and you wanna keep, and Seymour's, different from other valley communities, in that you wanna keep that rural sense of place, as
Right.
well as have some industrial spaces, but in the right places.
I'm
Yeah, it's
sorry,
very-
Mr.
Very
Bowen.
disappointing to hear that after 12 years, he's looking to do a storage facility, but anyway. Go ahead, Chris.
You had mentioned for Tri-Town. Could you define exactly what you mean by an incubator space? Is that a terminology for something?
Incubator space, and I might be getting ahead of myself, but this is how I'm understanding what he's telling me, is
Mhm.
that, just as I said, there's no manufacturing space, right? Come to Seymour, go to Derby, go to Ansonia, we're out, right? We don't have it. So you're actually creating space. You have a tenant, he possibly has a tenant, but if he doesn't, he's creating that space so that the tenants, you know, I have a folder about this day with people requesting 20,000, 30,000, 10,000, 50,000 square feet of light industrial commercial space, and I can't fill it. Right? I can't find them a spot.
So basically, the proposal, as defined, could potentially be just build a space, get a tax incentive for somebody who might come in?
He has, well, I'm trying to explain this, right? He has someone who has a timeline, and if he can't make that timeline, then they won't come in. But my point about the tax incentive program is, it really isn't, it doesn't have to be any skin off anyone's back. If the person doesn't do what they say they're gonna do, you pull it back. That's why there's clawbacks in it. So nothing ventured, nothing gained. The purpose is, yeah, okay, show me what you can do, and you know what, we'll give you a freeze on your assessment, or whatever it is. But if you can't, by X number of days, which we leave that up to Rich.
It expires.
You know, it expires,
Yeah.
and guess what, now you do owe taxes, or guess what, now your assessment goes up, because you
Love that.
you
Yep.
made some, you know what I mean, so there's protection for the town, and that's not mine.
Right, I'm just, it's been
Yeah, I
20,
know.
it's been
No,
20 years.
I know, guys, I know, and I understand your relationships with the developers in town, and you know them way better than I do. All I'm saying is, you know what, if you don't do something, right, and that plaza sits there idle, you gotta try to at least do something, and if
You have to look at the history of what we've done and what's been
yeah, no,
accomplished.
you
So that's-
have,
yeah.
you have.
Right.
But I'm saying at this point, right, you wanna consider, okay, you say you're gonna invest X number of dollars, and you're gonna finish it by X number of days, okay, we'll, you know, we will come up with some agreement. But the day that comes due, and we don't see anything, and there's nothing there, and it's the same old, then you pull it back, and oh, guess what, now you owe it, or whatever you agreed to.
The city of New Haven, for example, did fixed assessment agreements on a lot of that major development that was down in New Haven. Right, yeah, it was the same model.
Yeah,
It was the same model. We gave that model to Ansoni. We used that model in New Haven on some of those major buildings in downtown New Haven. And they're very large agreements, and they have clawbacks, and they have protection, and they have requirements that the developers hit certain things. One had a requirement about a grocery store, for example, because there were no grocery stores in downtown New Haven, urban areas, and
Right.
difficulty attracting grocery.
Yep.
And there were other requirements, and there's all of those sorts of things can be done with these fixed assessment agreements. And I haven't looked at it recently, but my recollection is that it's something that can be done by the legislative body of the town. I think it's 12-65H for the recommend. But that's, it is a helpful program, and gives you one major tool in your arsenal, should you choose to do it.
I'm all for it, but we need to protect the town due to past
like
history.
Yep, of course.
I just want to note, speaking from a personal perspective, the major reason I supported bringing you on was because of that new relationship. You don't have the prior bad baggage
Yep.
with the developer that this board has. So, by all means, keep it going.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I know the town has worked on trying to create incentives or before this, and tried to do things before I came here, but I'm just suggesting that we maybe can come up with an agreement that everyone on this board and they're happy with, possibly. Like to see that plaza move, as we all do.
We expect you to act as a mediator between the
Yes.
developer.
I thought you were gonna
Exactly.
say, we expect you to get it done.
That would be a little
My head went,
No,
whoa!
that goes without saying.
Well, we do, but
It'll be very forward for Fred.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why my
He's
neck, I
stunned.
was like,
That would have stunned me.
Craig.
And I guess the last thing on the subject of tax incentives is that the city of Ansonia, sorry to mention it again, adopted the City and Town Development Act, which was something passed through state statute. And it is a really very broad and wide range of tax incentives. Not only tax incentives, all kinds of incentives. And I would encourage you all to just take a look at what it allows municipalities to do under this act and to see if there's any interest in that. It also, I'm not even suggesting that Seymour has to have all these, fancy things to attract. I think, you have a beautiful community and people want to be here, but it does attract interest from developers, and it does get people's attention, and that's what you kind of want to do right now.
Sheila, could you get a copy of that over to Stephen and ask him to send that forth to the Tax Incentive Committee, please?
Yes.
And then when you come,
Yeah.
if you could review with us,
Yeah,
that would be great.
absolutely.
Thank you.
I believe it's time for Seymour to grow. We all love quaint Seymour. I love Seymour because Seymour's a very small town.
Yep.
I love the tight-knit community that we have. But we're ready to grow. We're ready to break out of our little chrysalis and become the butterfly.
We need to get some stuff
like
in
that,
to
Rich?
support the taxpayers.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Not to say businesses aren't taxpayers, I don't mean that, but for the residential, for the homeowners, we need to get them some relief.
Agreed.
That was pretty good. Pretty tired.
You didn't even
That
stutter or
image is
like
a
mess
Buffalo
up.
Bill.
That
It's a
was
good-
good.
I'm so tired, I thought I heard butterfly.
Yeah.
You did,
We're
like a
definitely
chrysalis.
I heard chrysalis, and I was like, she didn't even skip a beat. Like, good.
Jeff had moth in the
Sorry,
basement.
I'm just
with
picking
the
on you.
Normally I
That-
stutter.
that
Crystal.
concludes my report for this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you,
you.
Sheila.
Thank you
Thank you,
very
Sheila.
much for all the
Like a
details.
butterfly.
Okay,
We
so-
appreciate
Spread our
it.
wings
No problem.
and fly
All
and
right.
grow.
Oh my gosh.
These late night meetings are getting to me.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Clarice.
No, by all means.
Want me to comment?
No, because we have executive session.
Thanks for not inviting me to executive.
You don't want to be a part of this executive session.
Thank all its personnel. All right.
Well,
Well, it's gonna-
Bye. See ya. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Sheila.
Sheila.
Right, thank you.
Go ahead.
so, we have two executive sessions that we've asked for. The first is
Before
for the
House
purpose of discussing a document protected by attorney-client privilege, which is a recognized exception under the Connecticut Freedom of Information Act. So I would ask to go in with the Board of Selectmen and Rory Burt for that discussion. And the second is to discuss pending workers' compensation settlement, so to
Can-
discuss.
can we do- Sorry, could we do could we do the workers' comp so H&R block, so HR could leave afterwards?
With,
Close enough.
Yeah,
you want Rory on that too?
yes.
Okay, so that's the discussion of.
You can come back in after
Resolution
executive
of
session.
pending claim.
Sounds
You want a
good.
chair?
We'll let you
Grab a
know.
chair. Grab a chair.
There's a
Rich.
chair out there.
Oh, is there?
Rich, we need a motion to go
You
in.
do need a motion.
Can I have a motion to go
So
into
moved.
executive session?
Second.
Thank you.
Aye.
Motion by Pat, second by Trish. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Okay.
Was that how Karen handled contentious debates?
No,
No,
no, we would have to have, if we had to meet early for like a 6 o'clock meeting,
Oh,
yeah.
we never had contentious debates,
we-
never.
We really.
Well, we didn't,
act
we
in
didn't,
the
we all
best
got
interest of
along.
the town. Yeah.
But
we still get along.
I've ever worked with.
6 o'clock, if we had a meeting at 6 o'clock, we have
Go
to
to
get
the Board of
pizza.
Ed.
Oh.
We
Yeah,
had to get
exactly.
pizza. Per Fred
Oh, that's
was
why
on
I'm
his own.
here.
Poor Fred was on his own. We got pizza.
I'll make a motion to come out of executive session. No,
Actions or
no
motions?
actions or motions were taken.
All in, we don't have to vote on that part.
No actions in executive, okay.
Okay.
Are we out?
Yep,
Well, the press guy's back, so we better be out.
yep, yep. All right, go ahead.
We're on number 9.
9.
I'll make a motion to approve the settlement of the pending workers' compensation claims in accordance with town council's recommendations.
Seconded.
Motion by Trish, second by Bowen. Discussion? No? All in favor?
Aye.
Please note, Mr. Lombardi's absence, thank you. Approval of the minutes from the February 8th, 2022 Tax Incentive Subcommittee meetings.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Trish,
I will second the motion.
second by Fred Stanek. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Chair votes aye. Abstain? Nays?
Yes, abstain.
Abstain. Note, Pat Lombardi's abstention. Motion carries 6-0-1. February 15th Ordinance Subcommittee meeting. Can I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion by Chris Bowen, second by Al Bruno. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Chair votes aye. Motion carries 6-0-1. Note Pat Lombardi's abstention. February 15th Public hearing.
So moved.
Motion by Pat Lombardi,
Second.
second by Chris Bowen. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion carries.
Abstain.
Oh, sorry, abstain.
Trish and I abstain.
Motion carry, 4-0-2.
4-0-2.
Thank you. Leave it to the umpire to give me the Boston counts. February 15th Board of Selectmen meeting.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion by
Seconded.
Trish, second by Pat. All in, discussion?
I'm gonna take a quick look.
Okay, go
I was
ahead.
there. I was there.
No,
Yeah.
you weren't. You
Aye.
weren't. Yeah. Aye.
Aye.
All in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 6-0. Thank you. Ordinance. Repeal of the civil service ordinance. In your packet, you have the repeal of the civil servants ordinance.
If I may, Madam,
Absolutely, Mr.
Selectman.
Stanek, if you would like to take this, I will appreciate that.
I make a motion that we enact or adopt an ordinance repealing Chapter 4.5 of the Seymour Town Code with regard to the Civil Service Commission.
Motion by Fred Stanek,
Seconded.
second by Trish Danka. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 6-0. Adoption of the cannabis ordinance. In your packet, you just have a marked up one from, our attorney, or from Attorney Bertula's firm. Just basically saying SB 1201 is marked out and Public Act 21 is put in. Then, third paragraph where it says, whereas existing law as amended, as amended, I thought, so whereas the smoking and consumption of recreational cannabis, we put in tobacco and recreational cannabis on that one. In section 2 definition, electronic delivery, we put in where it says electronic, it says tobacco, we put in electronic cannabis delivery systems.
So you put nicotine. Nicotine in the first one, cannabis in the second one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, sorry. Section 8, the effective date would be April 1, 2022. Is everybody okay with those changes?
Did it say anything about? Did I hear the word recreational cannabis? I don't recall seeing that word. The reason I'm asking is because there's a difference between recreational and medicinal.
Absolutely, but it's not allowed on.
Okay, so that includes medicinal too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Consumption, tobacco, recreational cannabis, and the use of electronic tobacco and cannabis delivery systems, vapor products containing tobacco and cannabis on properties owned.
Yeah, I didn't think I saw recreational. I just wanted to make sure that was true because I didn't want to get in into a, well, I have a permit type
Right.
situation.
Right.
The
Attorney
police
Sarah?
department would know that, correct?
I think so.
On the last page, are we getting rid of this? Why did we add an A in front of vapor products?
Delivery system or a vapor product containing tobacco. Grammar. Maybe?
Are you looking at subpart?
Section 3.
Section 3.
Vapor product, there's a
Including but
line
not
through the
limited
S.
to electronic delivery systems or, there is?
Yep, there's
There's
a line through
the
the.
S.
Yep.
Or A.
Okay, as long as there's a line through an S, I
Yeah,
can
it is, it's
go
there.
with that. That's a
So
poor
it just-
line.
Well, it's because it's red,
Yeah.
because it's red and it goes right through the S and it looks like it's part of the S.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, mine's black and white, you know?
I'm sorry,
That's the
Trish.
one I printed to.
Hey, they don't have colored printers down there? Come on now.
Come
Probably looks the
on,
same in
come
black,
on. Got it.
Yeah, black
Hold on.
looks even more regular, yeah.
Could someone remove it with these minor changes as amended?
I'd like to make a motion to move the resolution regarding the prohibition of tobacco
this one's
products and
red.
cannabis products in town as amended.
Second.
Motion by Al, second by Trish. Discussion.
I would like to note for the record that although we conducted a public hearing, the charter, section 6.5, does provide that on advice of town council, minor or perfecting amendments may be made in a proposed ordinance without further public hearing.
That is exactly correct, and that's what I believe.
I mentioned that since we're acting in our legislative capacity, and I think it's important in case someone tries to challenge this ordinance down the road.
Absolutely. Transparency, man. Transparency. Thank you, Fred. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain? No. Motion, chair votes aye. Motion carries 6-0. Thank you, everyone. Discussion and take possible action in the parks and fee schedule. In your packet, you will see item number 12 is the commission proposed fees. These fees were put together by the Parks and Recs Commission. And what they're trying to do is bump up the revenue that we're bringing it for the fields that are being used. Did everybody get a chance to look at it? Once we vote on it, then we can go into discussion. Can I have a motion to accept the commission proposed fees?
So move.
Motion by Trish, second by Al. Discussion.
If I may, Madam First Selectwoman?
Go ahead.
I would like to have not only our board, but the Parks and Recreation Commission, I would like them to consider waiving the non-resident player fee. And the reason I say this is because every athletic league I can think of, including the Little League, which, full disclosure, I am a board member on the George J. Hummel Little League board, is way down in enrollment. And we're already discussing the possibility of merging, not just having travel teams, but merging the leagues with other towns. That is under discussion.
Are you saying waive the non-resident fee only?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the $20 per player non-resident fee. I would like to see that waived for 1 calendar year because we want to entice more people to get on the field, especially as we come out, hopefully, of COVID. And we're still, I mean, right now, the girls' softball is way down. I don't know if we have a full team yet, let alone a league. We're already, as I've said, we're already discussing merging with other towns. If we waive that fee, we might be able to get players from towns that also aren't populated well to come to us with other towns, and we can actually get kids on the field. I think that's something we need to consider for 1 year.
My only question to that, Mr. Bowen, is we do need to pay to maintain the field, so I mean, and I don't know the answer to this, because that's a smaller amount than some of the others on here. What revenue are we losing that we can't use for the maintenance of the fields?
That I don't know the answer to. I would
I'd
have
like to know that.
I would like to push back on. I would ask the Parks and Recreation Commission that. What would be the best way to get that question to them? Who's the chairman of that commission?
We could push this back to Parks and Recs and have them come to our next meeting and they
Yep.
can,
'Cause, one question I have, and does anybody know when the last time the fees were increased? And,
not in a while.
okay, And the other thing, not being picky, but
Yeah.
I think I would have liked to seen what the current fees are. This is just telling me what you want to do, okay?
No, that's fine. What we can do is we can kick this back to, I'll take a motion to kick this back to Parks and Rec and then have them come to our March
15th?
March 15th meeting
Yeah.
and explain that to us.
Yeah, I would just to see if we can get more people in the field.
And I have one other question.
Go ahead.
Again, I'm not trying to be a stickler, just trying to understand, because I do understand nonprofits, and they're not there to,
Yep.
they're not,
Yep.
don't have the money, but for the non-resident nonprofits, and what, I'm trying to imagine why a non-resident nonprofit would need to use our field. What
Go
am I
ahead,
not
Larry.
understanding?
So the chair of the Parks Commission sent an email along with the request, and so to answer some of your questions, not all.
There's no microphone there, you realize that, right?
That was funny. I did enjoy that, though. It is almost 9.
The permit fee increased from $750 to $1,000
For profit.
for for-profit teams from April to August. The non-resident fee, the out-of-town player, except if they are on a team who is charged the team fee. And then increase of pavilions. That's the only thing. But I did have that one.
Just to clarify, you said non-residents who are, unless they're on a team, which counts as the team fee. So that would take care of what I'm basically asking about here?
If it is an out-of-town team, they will not also be charged for each out-of-town.
Oh, okay. So
Is how I interpret it.
what I'm trying to get in front of is potentially Seymour hosting other towns as a part of the George J. Hummel Little League and players from those towns coming to play in our league.
Yes, and that's not addressed as far as.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
So, what is the board's pleasure?
I wish to propose I know there's a motion on the table to accept these fees. I think it would be best if we retracted that motion.
Was there a second to the motion?
Yes.
It was, yes.
Yes, this is a full motion on the table. I would ask that we either reject or retract that motion. I would propose a motion in response to table this and send it back to the Parks and Recreation Commission, invite them to our March 15th meeting so that we can ask them some specific questions on this.
Okay.
Is that within, did I word that right?
Actually move
He said there was a motion made and
I made
seconded.
the motion.
Trish made the motion, Alberto seconded.
Has,
withdraw her motion,
right,
and the person who did the second.
has to withdraw the second.
Trish, withdraw your motion.
I'll withdraw my motion.
It's always proper to make a motion
Yeah.
on the table. because you
That's why we
But
make
if
the
you-
motions and then
if
have
you withdraw
discussion.
those two,
Right.
Because you're also sending it back, so if you're moving the table for the purpose of sending it back, then go
Okay.
ahead and do that.
So,
All right.
But there's
I'll-
no discussion on that once you make the motion to table.
I'll revoke my motion
Rescind
and
my
ask to table.
second.
Table.
I wish,
Tibble. To Tibble. It's
Tibble?
getting late, guys. Come on.
Okay.
it is getting late.
We have a motion to
Trouble
table.
with Tibbles.
Okay.
a second to table? All right. Trish Danka motioned to table this. Al Bruno, second. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries. We'll-
Madam First Selectwoman, can I just, can I ask to add to the agenda, not that I really want to do
Go
this.
ahead.
It's a quick item. I just want to add to the agenda because it wasn't added.
Yep.
And
You
the
talked about
tax
that, yeah.
incentive subcommittee, the discussion at our meeting was to potentially open it up from a Board of Selectmen subcommittee to being a full committee because we wanted to ask some other expertise people to join us. Since that time, Bob has resigned
Resigned.
from the subcommittee. We need other people on there so that's, I just wanted to quickly have that discussion and see what the board's pleasure was on
So
that.
you're gonna make a motion to add it to the agenda?
Yeah.
I'll second the motion.
Just what, yep. Thank you.
Got a vote?
All in favor?
Discussion and vote.
Chair votes, motion carry. All in favor?
Aye.
What's the matter, Chris?
No, I was like, so we're done talking about the commission fees? That's all set?
Yeah, we tabled
We
it.
tabled it.
Okay, okay, good,
Oh,
that's,
fees.
yeah,
I mean,
okay.
this shouldn't take long. I just want to know what the board, if you can all entertain me, what the board's pleasure is, because we would like some more, like I said.
No, I don't want to put too much on you. All right, I can, with that, tax incentive committee? To make it a committee as opposed to just a subcommittee of the Board of Select members.
Is there any reason to oppose that?
I see no reason to oppose that.
Okay.
We form committees all the time.
Fine.
No, I mean, it doesn't just need to be a subcommittee of the Board of Selectmen. I just want to be sure that's not going to cause issue elsewhere. Or as a subcommittee of the Board of Selectmen, are we allowed to ask someone outside?
Push this over to the next meeting so I
Okay.
can go back, because I wouldn't ask this, I wanna go back and look at your tax incentive program and see if it's within the tax incentive program, a specific, reference to this subcommittee.
I do want to note for the record, we will have a meeting between this meeting and the next meeting.
That's fine, it'll just be
So
three
having
of
a
us.
meeting, but we'll.
Who's
when
on that
we
board,
come back
remind me?
and you put
Right
it
now,
on the
just
next
Fred,
agenda, I'll
Chris,
take
and
a
me,
look.
now, because Bob resigned.
Thank you.
All right, I'll be at that meeting. All right, thank
Thank you.
Rory, can we put that on the agenda for the next
When-
meeting?
When
Thank
you,
you.
when you, again, I just ask, because I don't know the answer, if the answer is it has to stay with the Board of Selectmen. I just want to know if we are allowed, as a Board of Selectmen, to invite strategically certain other people working in town to join. If that's even an option. That's all.
You can probably accomplish what you want to do, even if it is written in, I just need to go back.
No
and look
problem.
at the
Thank you.
program and try to come up with a path for you to get to where you want to go.
Very good, thank you.
Sweet, next.
Next on the agenda is discussion to take possible action regarding the acquisition of 115 Derby Avenue, Seymour Union Cemetery. We have in our packet a favorable 824. Go, Attorney Bertula.
Thank you. We have a favorable 824, and at long last, we have a proposed agreement with the owners of the Seymour Cemetery, and the Seymour Union Cemetery Incorporated, and they are interested in selling the cemetery to the town of Seymour, so that Seymour may take care of it and maintain it for the sum of $1. Seymour will be given the $40,000 that they're holding in trust, so that Seymour may use those monies for the maintenance and care of the cemetery. So I would ask if it's the pleasure of the board, after all this time, to go, and you're still interested in going forward, I would ask that you authorize the first selectwoman to enter into a contract on those terms and to execute any and all further documents necessary to effectuate the purchase of the cemetery.
May I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Al, second by Trish. Discussion?
There's no reason, I asked this before, I know I did, no reason that we're gonna regret doing this in the future.
Well,
Well,
Because I'm just not super happy about us
That's a
taking
loaded
over a
question,
cemetery.
it's a loaded question.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's
I
an
don't
apocalypse.
think you were raising your hand volunteering because you thought it'd be a good acquisition in general in terms of your overall strategic plan to acquire a cemetery.
Oh, you just want to see what it'd be like in a zombie
You
apocalypse.
are acquiring a cemetery because the folks who run it.
They're dying to get in.
Where's Brian McClary? The folks
He'd
who-
rattle off
the
about
folks who
20
are
bad
running
puns.
it, were
Dead.
tired of the burden
Dead tired.
of running the cemetery, and they wanted to be
Lighten
relieved
it
of
up.
that burden, which would have effectively, they could find no one else other than the town interested in taking this on. It would becomes an abandoned cemetery,
Goes to us.
eventually there are Connecticut general statutes that you go through those for the purpose of taking ownership and control of the cemetery. So rather than do all that, you chose to move forward in this way as the least burdensome alternative, and it actually does give you $40,000 for the perpetual care of the cemetery.
For a few years, okay, so I
It's
won't.
written in tombstone.
I don't want to get into a lot of discussion, but are there any plots available?
Well, I don't think
No.
you're gonna be selling additional
Nope.
plots.
No,
Nope, so
no, no.
here, so there's.
But, I mean,
Yeah, there could be folks buried there, in the future who own plots.
Right.
I think that's what they said, they were.
They
all
have a
put
sector.
in, But they haven't all died yet,
That's what you said.
so.
They have a sector that will come in and take care of the burial as long
They-
as they're not selling popcorn and hot dogs.
Yeah. no
Um,
popcorn, huh?
We're all getting hunchy.
No, that's what, that was in that part.
I
of it.
know, I
You would
remember.
actually be appointing Bridgeport in this contract, saying Bridgeport Burial Vault Company
Yep.
to act as secretary.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay, that's the other part of my question.
Can't sell popcorn for
I would have nominated you.
If I may.
What's that?
I would have nominated you.
If I may,
You could be the, you could.
if the
lead
purchasers of the
procession.
plots that are still to be used pay for perpetual care, you're saying that the Bridgeport Company-
You're gonna use the Bridgeport Burial Vault Company as the sexton for the purpose of conducting the burials and doing
and
that.
who's going to pay them?
It's the money that, it's the fund
Out of
money
the
that they,
40,000?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not gonna cost us anything probably for another 40 years.
So that money will be set aside in a dedicated line item
Yes,
Yep.
to take care of future burials?
and other needs and
Cut the-
Well, other activities,
Okay.
maintenance,
Yeah.
How many plots are still,
We don't know.
I think it was under 10.
Yeah.
okay.
My memory
all right.
serves
when
me.
the original,
It was under 10.
when the original presentation was made, and like, you're right, it was about $40,000 to $44,000, something like that. They were spending about $3,500 a year, okay, for maintenance,
cutting the grass.
cutting the grass. Right. Okay. They were, and I can tell you this from experience because I've lived on that street for 31 years, okay? They were very, very negligent in removing the snow from the sidewalk.
Yeah, they put the chain up.
No.
Oh, the sidewalk, yeah.
The
yeah,
sidewalk.
Yeah.
The chains run into the
Yeah.
3 avenues going into the cemetery. So, that's what was presented back then. And I think there's like $3,000 went to whoever was overseeing it, their group of people.
So will the town enforce a set of regulations regarding decorating of graves and what is allowed?
It's the same as what it was before.
Want with that.
Yeah.
If you want to form a cemetery committee, if you want to,
I'm just asking, because, you know, there are always people in a cemetery
yes,
who step out of line and do things they're not supposed to do.
Mess with
That's the
dead
thing,
people.
with us taking it over, there's we can make sure it's maintained, we can call the sexton in
this
when
is not.
someone, I don't know that we're,
This is not, and I'll work with Patrick on this, because I am under the impression this is not the most robust of cemetery operations. It's relatively modest, I think, at this point.
It's a pretty much dead cemetery.
I
Well,
mean, it's small.
Mostly.
I mean, I wasn't here in 1955, but they tell me that a
Mostly dead.
good portion of that cemetery was completely washed out.
I heard that
Yes.
story. Yeah, I heard that story.
My parents mentioned that.
Yeah,
But if
I heard that. There hasn't been a burial there in years.
And I think even the plots that were left and sold, they weren't even convinced that they were ever going to be buried there, because it's been a long time and they might have.
I remember
moved on elsewhere.
one about,
No, I had the marriage.
3.5 years ago.
it's gotta be all of 3.5 years ago.
Okay.
That's what they,
I just, if we hold those funds, though, I want to make sure if we have to call the sexton, though, that we haven't spent it all on maintenance. How much does it cost to call a sexton in? I don't know either. I don't know if it's 10,000 or 2,000.
People have already paid for their burials already,
Okay.
so
It's all prepaid.
it's
All
all
right.
prepaid.
Well, I'm done. We agreed to move, as this is the least.
Okay, so it's discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, chair votes aye, motion carries 6-0. Oh, thank God we could put this one to dead. I am bad.
Put it to rest.
Put it to rest, there you go, Trish.
Number 14, presentation regarding the American Rescue Plan Act Fund. So, in your packet, you have a list of items for the American Rescue Plan. These are some of the items that were taken out of capital, not all taken out of capital, but taken out of capital to relieve some pressure off the budget. It is going to be a very, very rough year this year. Recognizing this as by taking out of the budget, we're recognizing it as a lost revenue. And what that means is we're going to use this as grant money. It will not be in the budget. It will not be part of the budget. It will not be part of the budget money. It will be kept in a separate account and will require this board to approve of spending any of the $4.8 million. We asked during the budget process for a list of capital investments from the department heads. Separately, we put a list together of necessary infrastructure investments. This list represents what we received, and this is just a starting point. I spoke with Bill Sawicki, the chair of the Board of Finance, and he is on board with the general plan. And I will include this with my budget presentation. We plan on doing a public planning session because we want the public to have a say. We want the public input on this. And we want to prioritize how we are going to spend this money. So you can all take a look at it and see what we're going to do. As you can see, the cost, if there's a question mark in it, we're not quite sure of the cost. If it's in the cost block, it means we haven't set it to a year in which we would like to put it in to spend it. We have until 2026 to spend this money.
So this is a grant we already received, and this is what we're
This is
allowed
the
to spend it
ARP
on
money,
these.
yep.
Okay, thank you.
Out of this, we spent 4.7 million. We received 4.8. But again, this is just suggestions from department heads. I want the public input on it as well. Maybe they don't think it's important, or maybe they would like it to see go someplace else. But a lot of this was taken out of our capital plan. I'm going to tell you, it's a very tough year for the budget between the healthcare cost, utility cost. It's driving our budget way up.
Trash and recycling.
Oh, yeah, trash and recycling as well. That goes under utilities. You know, water, electricity. Homeowners got hit. The town got hit. The town has 5 buildings. It heats and it lights up.
I'm all for bringing this to the public, big proponent of making sure they're aware, but we have to be sure when we do that, they're aware of what types of things, because I wouldn't be surprised what comes out, what they want the money spent on. So it has to be clear what we're allowed, what types of things we're allowed to spend.
Exactly. Can I have a motion to accept this so we can go into discussion?
So moved.
Motion by Trish,
Second.
second by Al, discussion.
Let's schedule a public hearing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Stein. Okay, let's schedule a public hearing. Rory?
So just to be clear, we're not even recommending, like, accepting this since you
No.
have received this Monday night.
This has changed.
Tonight. another 100,000 of stuff that has come in. This is gonna be a moving target. But before a cent of this is spent, it will come through this board to approve everything. So, this is really just, we've gotten some questions about it in the office from the public. It's gonna be part of Emery's budget presentation.
On
We
March
just wanna
7th?
Make sure that you guys have seen this as it exists right now.
Budget presentation on March 7th.
Yes.
It's not for approval, that would be each individual project as it comes would be approved.
Right.
Makes sense.
All right. So Rory, let's get a date to put this for public hearing. Let's look at our calendar now. Do we want to do it on a Tuesday night? Do you want to do a separate night? Do we want to do it in the middle school or in the school? Because we saw how a little crazy it was here tonight.
Could do it at the middle school.
You could do, more than one. We'll start, putting together.
Okay.
Once-
Right.
Once we have the meeting, is it still a moving target? Or is it more solidified?
Yes, no.
So just for example, if you look at the notes column,
Uh-huh.
you know, we have in there, the community center elevator under facilities. We have avoided investing money in the community center until the fate of that building is determined. So that money may never be spent.
Right.
But it's in there so that we know we have a rough cost estimate. And should, you know, that, option, that the committee is looking at fall through, we have a placeholder in this.
Okay. Thank you.
So we can, at our next meeting, we can start looking at dates and put dates out there.
Yeah, and if this board wants to see a version of this every month, every quarter, you know, whatever you guys want, we can.
Well, I don't know about the interval, but, you know, obviously if it's gonna be a moving target, you know,
I would like to see the
We-
changes. I think that's a
we-
good
we
idea.
would like-
Absolutely.
you know,
With each item that is brought before the board, we can give you a running total of what has been spent, what's left, et cetera, you know, whatever you guys would like to see.
interesting.
Okay, so the public hearing doesn't bind us, it's just to hear what the public has to say.
Exactly. The
So-
public hearing just tells us what the residents would
Exactly.
like to see the money spent on, or
I-
how the money is spent.
Right.
I think I heard, oh, I'm sorry, Fred.
So I suggest that we have the public hearing, and we be in a position to begin spending the money as we see needed.
Okay, thank you.
I believe somebody else brought this up. I apologize, for forgetting who that was, but I think we should maybe consider multiple meetings in different locations.
Or Rory just
That
did
was-
that.
Oh, right. Sorry, Roy. Just to get more people, you know, closer so that people don't have to drive as far. This is a very important thing, and people are very worried about transparency, especially with some of the actions we've seen out in West Haven. We should definitely give the people their chance to speak, even if it means a couple extra meetings.
Yeah, I have no problem with that, whether the meetings are, we have meetings during the day, we have meetings at night, we have meetings on the weekend. I have no problem with that.
I like your idea of the middle school.
Yeah. I just think the middle school, because the middle school is bigger,
Yeah.
people
got
can
that.
spread out,
You don't have to worry about it.
right?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, so Rory will get some couple dates together. Okay, thank you. Firefighter and EMS abatements. In your package is the list of abatements from the Seymour EMS, Emergency Management, ambulance, as well as our fire departments.
I'd make a motion to accept the abatements for the firefighter and EMS as presented.
I'll second the motion.
Motion by Trish, second by Fred, discussion. I did notice on two of them, there are two out-of-town people on them. Please note that even though they're out of town, they have a $0. They are not receiving anything, and this goes towards their abatement, their tax abatement. We no longer issue the checks out. It goes towards their abatement as the Connecticut General State Statutes say. Okay? All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
Abstain.
Oh, abstain. Sorry, Mr. Lombardi. Motion carries 5-0-1. Please note Mr. Lombardi's abstention. Oh, for Selectwoman's report. Oh my God. I'm gonna try to make this short because I know it's getting long.
We're not there yet.
Oh, yeah, I am.
That's,
For Selectwoman's report, number 16.
appointments. Oh, sorry. I'm out of order.
16.
9:15, I'm tired. Official.
So Town Hall's Finance Department has received their Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Finance Reporting for the 8th year in a row. They have received this award since 2014. Read Across America has taken place this week. I had the pleasure of reading in Mrs. Stramella's first grade class at Bungay School today. I read My Voice is a Trumpet. This book focused on the ways in which people can use their voice to show emotions, kindness, caring, and curiosity, and to affect change. It's a reminder to the children, no matter how small or how big we are, we still have a voice. The town is starting to get to work on the parks in the downtown area, getting ready for spring. 19 days to spring, but who's counting besides me? The community center senior bus had their catalytic converter stolen off while the buses were parked at the community center. Without the catalytic converter, the buses can't move. They can't run. The buses take our seniors grocery shopping, to doctor's appointments, and to the community center for social gathering. By stealing the catalytic converters, the people taking away the means for our seniors to leave their home. I hope whoever stole the catalytic converters are happy and realize there's a special place for you people. We are going to get the catalytic converters replaced. Sorry. And we are making arrangements for our seniors as well to get to where they need to be going. That was a good one, Mr. That was a good one. I can't stand, you're taking away from the seniors. That's the only way they can get around. There was a train fire on Sunday at 12:45 in the morning. Big thank you to Seymour Fire Department for helping getting the 20 people off the train safely. The Housatonic House, it's a restaurant on 34, has their final inspections scheduled for next week. They should be opening soon. When they have a soft opening, I will let everybody know. And when we're doing the ribbon cutting, I will let everybody know.
Such a beautiful spot.
I know. The train station restaurant where Selectman Bowen is trying to get for dinner has opened for business, and we wish him the best of luck.
I wish to note that ship has sailed.
I'm so sorry.
They're closed.
They're going to McDonald's.
142 and 149 Main Street has their occupancy permit. This is the building that caught on fire in the summer of 2019, so now they are fully up. Sable Auto Body has been fully approved for their modification of the building on Derby Avenue. I can't wait to see the way the new looks. Our town departments are working with our attorney to see where we were able to put a dog park. I'm kind of excited about the dog park. Mr. Stevens just looked at me. And I am presenting my budget on Monday the 7th. As I said before, this is a bad budget year. Costs are going crazy for everything. Utilities and benefits are really driving the budget. And once again, as we heard during Sheila's presentation, 109 River Street, the old Housatonic Wire, is moving towards public comment. Public comment will be held on April 14th, 2022, 7 o'clock p.m. in this room. That's all I have for my select women's report. Any questions? Appointments. In your package are appointments. Did we do the awards committee?
Yes.
Thank you.
Madam First Selectwoman, I have a question regarding the appointments.
Yeah.
I see that there were a couple of, you pretty much appointed the entire Conservation Committee, including a couple of people, myself included, that were appointed last week. Can I ask what happened there? Because these are all fresh.
The term was listed as
4 years. That's why.
Okay,
How's that?
So you just bought yourself another 2 years.
cool.
Okay, so can I have a motion, Bob Newton, Commission on Aging, it's a reappointment for 4 years, expires 3/1/2026.
So moved.
So moved by Trish, motion second by Pat Lombardi, discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Right.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 6-0. Karen Bertapel, I'm sorry if I killed your last name, Conservation Commission, appointment is 4 years, expires 1/4/2026.
So moved.
So motion by Trish,
Good, Pat. Second.
second by Al, discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Chris Bowen abstains. Chair votes aye. Motion carries 5-0-1. Note Chris Bowen's abstention. Greg Jureks, Conservation Commission, appointment for 4 years.
So moved.
Motion by Pat Lombardi,
Second.
second by Trish Stanka. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Chair votes aye. Motion carries 5-0-1. Note Chris Bowen's abstention. Eric Worrell, Conservation Commission, appointment 4 years, expires 2/1/2026.
So moved.
Trish Stanka.
Second.
Al Bruno. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 5-0-1. Chris Bowen, Conservation Commission, I know, Chris, you're gonna abstain. Appointment is 4 years, 2/15/2016.
So moved.
Motion by Trish, second by Al, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 5-0-1. Please note Chris Bowen's abstention. Emma Hunter, Conservation Commission, alternate appointment for 4 years, 3/1/26. Motion by Trish Danka,
So moved.
second by Al Bruno. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Abstain.
Chris Bowen's abstention, motion carries 5-0-1. Yeah, that was that. In your packet is the tax appointment abatements, please look it over.
Make a motion to accept the tax refunds abatements as presented.
Second.
Motion by Trish, second by Al Bruno. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 6-0. There were no transfers, no correspondence. Public comment. No public comment going once, public comment going twice, public comment going 3 times, Selectmen public comment. I feel like I'm in an auction house. Chris Bowen.
Congratulations to the opening of the Seymour train station pizza place. It is going into the building that was burned about a year ago. So it's very good to see something coming from that. Congratulations once again to the under 8 Pop Warner football team. It's very good to see our students out there succeeding. Congratulations to AJ Titici for placing very well in the state championships, 5th place. He was on the podium. And that's about it. Please be safe. Spring is coming, and
Play ball.
let's play ball. And also, Little League signups are still ongoing.
Mr. Selectman Stanek.
Yes, thank you. I would like to request that we schedule an awards committee meeting.
When would you like to do that? All right. Can you get with Steven, send an
Sure.
email, Steven, and we'll get an awards, I know I have to kick that off. The awards committee meeting? Okay.
I would also like to ask if there's been some type of an analysis made of the solar project savings, if any. I heard the presentation before the Board of Education back in December, and the representative of the solar company indicated that the Board of Ed should figure a 3% increase in its energy costs in this next budget year. So I'm just wondering, what savings are we realizing from the solar project?
So it's really, can I go back?
We don't have to
Yeah,
do
I
this
could.
tonight.
So it's not a 3% savings on the solar project. It's not really, it's an energy efficient. So it's not just solar, it's water, it's gas,
Okay.
it's efficiency on all the utilities,
Okay.
not just on our electricity. But you have to figure the 3% on electricity because that is what electricity has gone up to. Thank you, Pierre, for setting the limits.
But do we have some type of data? Of
We
savings?
can get you data.
I'm not asking for it tonight.
Yeah, no, Rory will get data for our next meeting. Rory? Yeah? Okay.
Thank you. And I too would like to congratulate the Pop Warner players. They did a fantastic job this year. Also express my sorrow to the Harkins family. Kelly was a wonderful, beautiful young lady. And extend my congratulations or my best wishes to the nurses. Nurses not only in the schools, but in the hospitals and the nursing homes and other settings have really, really had a difficult time during this COVID pandemic. And all the nurses, and especially tonight, the school nurses need to be commended.
Yes. Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I just wanted to echo what Fred said, congratulate our Pop Warner kids, it was great to see them all tonight, and good to also recognize our nurses. And thank you very much for honoring Kelly Harkins, that was a wonderful gesture, and I think the family truly appreciated it, so.
Kelly
well
was a
done.
wonderful girl.
Well done.
I won't repeat, but ditto to what Fred and Al said. That was my first comment. I also want to bring up that we want to start looking at putting together I don't know who said it, but it jogged my memory, some trash collection committee.
Yes.
So we have that in place before this next contract is up. We haven't done
Recycle and
anything with that,
trash.
and that's going to take a little bit of finesse and figuring out. My last item, we're just a small,
Oh, he's working at me.
we are just a small little town and not involved in national politics, never mind international. And I don't really look at it as a political thing, but the tears I've shed, seriously, just watching the news on Ukraine, so please keep those people and the conflict. I just ask everyone, prayers don't help, they don't hurt. Again, I'm tired. They don't hurt, and if you're not a religious person, just the sending good wishes their way, and it's just heartbreaking.
Why we're
this
blue and
is-
yellow.
Yeah. So, and that's all that I have.
Well, just to echo what most all of you said, and certainly what you just said, and prayers for Ukraine. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. And with that,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
thank you, Trish.
Second.
Second by Al Bruno. All in favor?
All right.
I stole this from Dee.
Me too.
Okay. Okay. You're welcome.